However, I would like to leave that there just in case I get thirsty. Good evening. Now, we all know James, and we all know that he is a pretty rational and deliberate man. He knows what he likes, he knows what he wants, and he's always been quite determined to achieve his goals without compromise. Now, you know that, but I'm reinforcing the point for a particular reason. You see, a lot of people, some here tonight, understand that James has left marriage until such a ripe age because all of his body hair is ginger. In finding a girl who will keep him. But that is not in fact the case. In fact, in Hanoi, actually, he was quite spoiled for choice, and obviously so. You know, a Western guy, moderately handsome, own business, pots of cash, spoiled for choice. In fact, at one point, and I don't know if you know this, but he actually had to draw up a short list of candidates. 2 Vietnamese girls and, of course, Isabel. He was still struggling to make the right decision. So he came up with a very simple test. He gave each of them $1,000 and put them on their way. Now, the first girl, she came back after a day. Looked wonderful. Drop dead gorgeous. She'd been to the best spa in Hanoi, and really, you know, she'd had the works done. You know, she'd had the mani, the pedi, the seaweed wrap, the steam bath, the facial hair, makeup, the works. And she said to him, she said, you know, you deserve a woman who will make every effort to be as beautiful as she possibly can for you. Very nice. The second girl, she came back the next day, she had a big bag of gifts with her. New golf club, squash racket, Xbox, all the top of the range games, and she said, you know, you deserve a woman who will give you time to enjoy the things that you like to do. Isabel was gone for over a week. But she did eventually come back, and it turns out she'd invested the money. And when she returned, she gave James his $1,000 back and another $1,000 beside, and she said, you deserve a woman who will be able to plan carefully for our future together. Now, James considered all of this information and he deliberated very carefully. And of course, in the end, he married the one with the best tits. Really.
It's true.
I'm not here to embarrass the happy couple. I'm certainly not here to drag skeletons out of James's closet for the passing amusement of you lot. No, actually, my most important duty here today is to give a formal thank you to our 3 beautiful bridesmaids, Nasri, Kim, and my wife, Catherine. As you all know, this has not been a normal wedding, and it certainly hasn't been easy for the girls. I mean, their duties have been stretched out for over a week across 2 countries, and yeah, it hasn't been easy, but there's a valuable lesson here for you girls. If you want a normal and easy life, you need to choose normal and easy people to be in it. However, you have done an outstanding job, absolutely. And, you know, when I reflect on the job that you've done, really all I can say is wow. I mean, you've travelled at personal expense across the world to support your friend. You've engaged with her friends and family so easily and readily. You've chatted and charmed, you've listened and you've laughed, you've shared and you've reminisced with all of us as if we were your own. And you're beautiful, all 3 of you. Not just beautiful in the obvious way that all bridesmaids are and are expected to be beautiful. You're much more than that. You're larger than life. Yeah, it's fantastic. Most importantly, she actually turned up for the gig. Twice. Okay? So, taking that into consideration, and, well, Yeah, wow. Like I said, that's all I can think of to say. I mean, really, to engage and socialise so energetically, but look so fresh and beautiful and relaxed while you're at work, to give your friendship so freely to Isabel, to assuage her doubts and to bolster her decision of rightness, just to execute all of your duties so gracefully. Really, all I can say is wow. So on that note, I'd like to propose a toast to our 3 beautiful bridesmaids, Nasli, Kim and Catherine.
To the bridesmaids.
To the bridesmaids. And wow.
And wow.
Okay, now that's the easy part over for me. Because I've never had a problem in recognising and admiring beautiful women in public. And so I'm glad that my wife Catherine is one of the party of 3, because I am looking forward later on to satisfying the onus of the unofficial onus of all the best man, which is a kiss and a cuddle under the table after dinner. And Catherine knows me very well, and I'm quite sure she won't get suspicious, Kim, as long as I'm back after my usual 2.5 minutes. No, really. I love my wife Catherine very much, and it's very apt that both of us are here to support this couple on their very special day. And it's apt for a lot of reasons. Not least because we're very much in love and we've been together a long time and we're still as happy and as young at heart as we always have been, and I'm sure that the both of you always will be. Apt because James and Isabel both played similar roles at our wedding and they supported us, and we're very happy to do the same for you. And apt because we had sort of individual relationships right from the beginning that were very intertwined, and I would like to think that Catherine and I have contributed in no small measure to the happiness and success of this one.
Oh God! He loves himself.
Now, the formal ceremony is over. The knot
taking
is tied, promises have been made, rings have been exchanged, and James has formally relinquished all authority in his relationship with Isabel. And as such, his happiness is now of concern only to Isabel. So my duty here today as best man is not to tell James how wonderful things would be, that he's made the right decision and that we're all terribly happy for him. No. Isabel will tell him these things, as and when he needs to know. Sorry, I need to make a quick reference. No, really, traditionally the best man is actually a long-standing and close friend who has shared the most significant life experiences of the groom, and actually has been chosen as being best able to defend the groom on the wedding day from any unsuccessful suitors of the bride that might show up. Now, these are not the reasons for which I have been chosen to be here today, absolutely not. Firstly, because of my natural aversion to any form of physical melee, or as my wife calls it, cowardice. Secondly, because I know for a fact that all of Isabel's many former lovers are all at peace with the fact that they didn't quite measure up. And
Is his head swelling?
And thirdly, I am very confident that should I be wrong with point number 2, James is more than capable of defending himself, as he very ably demonstrated in a British pub in Singapore just a couple of months ago. Now, sorry, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to suggest that James is some sort of barroom brawler. He even graciously accepts that occasionally a pint will be spilled by accident. But unless you want a split lip this evening, gentlemen, I shall advise you strongly against laying your hands on Bridget's bottom.